Hey guys, Ken Krushke here. So I had one of my videos on Super 8, but what I'm going to show you is the same for 16mm or 8mm, all of them the same. If your film breaks and you end up having to, you could splice tab things together, yes, but sometimes it breaks at the beginning at the lead and the lead is junk. If you've got an old piece of movie film that's not all messed up, you can use that for your lead too, like I did with this 16mm. I just got done fixing up. The box was junk, I had a spare box. So I taped on the main parts of what needed to be known for it to this box and just used it in general. And then I tied on a fresh piece of lead from an old cartoon right there. But when you do this, you need to, I've got the Kodak film cement, you can't just take the two halves and glue them together. Show you this here quick. So when I get done doing that kind of thing, instead of putting a rubber band around them, you'll never get your fingers in on some of those rails to get the rubber band out. Just use a piece of twine like that. One little, I don't even want to call it a knot, it's a holder is what it is. And that'll save your film from unraveling on you and driving you mental too. But I'm going to show you, when you got film that you gotta fix. So I've got the splicing tape here, and this could just be a piece of film itself, though, like this was that I was going to use, but it's a little messed up. So you want to score the film. Now I've got a nail file, and you just give it a little bit of a filing to make a contact surface. They won't adhere, the two halves will not adhere together if you don't mark that surface a little bit. Then I'm going to just run a little bit of this leader here, scrunch it up a bit. Now I've got these splicer for the Super 8, the 16, all that stuff, and I've got the tabs and the holders. But I'm just using my holder to hold the film for when I adhere the two halves. And like I say, the pretense is the same no matter what your film is, 16mm. You don't have to use actual leader, you can just use an old film. Heck, you get a spare reel by the time you're done with it too. So once you've got a scratched, marred surface, don't go crazy with it, but get it to a point where you can just see that the surface is scratched. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. And then you take the two halves. Of course, I've filed on the wrong side, by gosh. So you got to make sure you do it on the side of the film that you're going to adhere to the other half of the film. I'll take a sec here. And then you take your film cement and get a good amount on there, but you've only got a momentary moment to get it together and dry it. So as soon as you get it wet, get that film on there and hold down and give it maybe like 20 seconds, applying pressure the whole time. And then if you want to blow on it a little, you might as well. After about 20 seconds, that stuff's as dry as it's ever going to get. And then you can take your two halves, there, and they're adhered together. And now I'm going to run a nice lead on there. Now the length of the part that I'm replacing is about a foot. So I'm going to give myself a little longer than a foot, though. I think I'll go maybe that far. I'll cut it. I'll cut it right. I'm not going to use the scissors. I could, but I'm going to show you how a splicer works too. A splicer works in general where you line the holes up onto their allowed spot, and you just do that, and you're done. And that's her. That's how you run a lead on your film or fix a break in the film or whatever, if you're not using splicer tabs, if you're using film cement. If you're using the tabs, they come in little kits like this, and there's 2 sticky surfaces. And that's more for repairing a film when it breaks and you're halfway through viewing it or something. But this is running a lead. So hope you learned something today. Take care, everybody.